Hello everyone. Just doing another quick video here. This is going to be a little bit of a do's and don'ts. I'm going to tell you what I did and don't do this, and then I'll show you a few other options. I made this map again with the video editor, and the reason I have to do that is I completed my airport map and I published it, and it has some weird things going on. Sometimes the VIP can pick people up. Sometimes the VIP can be picked up. Other times you can't be picked up. You can't heal. You can't. Just very extremely odd, random uh, things are going on. And I've looked at multiple ways of fixing it. I can't seem to get it fixed. And I do talk to people like Keebler 750s. Me and him got to know each other. He's the fellow that won a contest, made Rocky Road. He knows what he's doing, and and he has access to multiple other people too that he talks to. And we just determined a few things, but we're not sure. As you know, in that first video that I did with the mission editor, that I made that, I had a crash before I could finish the video even. The mission editor, which it is kind of inherent. Sorry about that. It is kind of inherent about this editor, especially the the little mission editor. So when you do things, go in the mission editor, set up your objective, set up whatever you want to try to do, name it, save it, and run. Run out of that editor and go to the advanced editor. You're much better off and life will be a whole lot easier. If you have any problems like you've seen me have where it crashed during it, throw that map away and do it again. Don't fool with it. I put a lot of time in. I'm going to have to put a lot more time in to get back to where I was. It's something in the coding when that happened. Or I did another thing, which was if you highlight and you see this is landscape properties 2, and you'll see that there's this here, which will allow you to lift it up, move it around, do things. I'll show you here. See, it lifts up. Okay. I'm going to hit the back button again to put it back where it was. I would leave that alone. We had some discussions on this between me and Keeb, and he thinks that he had done that one time before and literally messed stuff up because it changes the locations for this thing here called the pylon. As you see, there's a green line that goes off of it, and if you bring up F4 in the properties, you will see that under base that says that is attached to that. Well, in my map now, that is not attached to that. It says it's attached to the world info. Should not be that way from what I understand. So I had taken this like that landscape. I had spun it around, moved it around, put it everywhere you can imagine. And I think I'm paying for it. So best off, I'm going to go back and, of course, delete things, highlight it, hold down control, and just click on what you want. Always be very aware of what you're clicking on, moving, or deleting. That seems to be, which sounds kind of normal, very, very good practice. As you see, I have the highlight on, which is up under here, probably under view, where it's one of these settings. You might want to look for it. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it is in one of these settings where it says, you know, highlight when cursor rolls over or something, as you see with this tent here. Um, it becomes illuminated. Always hold the control down if you're doing group things, as you see, and just keep doing that. Select each thing, and then another little trick, a lot of people probably already know these things. If you deal with any type of computers, you've gotten to the point you understand a lot of things. Um, you can push the delete key. You see, I have all these things highlighted now. Let me roll back a little bit. I don't want to be the office of redundancy, but some people don't catch it in one video, they'll catch it in another. As you see, I have all these things highlighted. Here I'll pick a few more. Because, as I said, because of my mistake and my laziness of using something that crashed, and I should have, ran from that. Of course, I didn't. But as I say, I've got these highlighted, and just hit the delete key. There you go. They all just delete right out. This is just going to be a short video, and I just want to warn you, I'm about to spend another, I don't know, 6 hours, 8 hours, who knows, going and trying to get my map set back up the way that I had it. I'm going to do a copy and paste, of course, but copy and pasting is still just like the highlighting here. If I go in and, copy and paste from my other map, of course I have to, highlight. It's a situation where I do understand from talking to people that know I could do a hide where you go in, as we've showed in other videos. Let me delete these out so I don't put myself in harm's way again. If you go here, let's say I highlight that, and I go over here to show only selected or hide selected. Well, I want to hide selected, so I did that. Now it's hidden. Now if I did a select all, select similar characters, see I can highlight that, I can click this, go to select, I highlighted that, I right click that, I go to select. They give you some options. Select actors referred to by Kismet. Of course, that's not what I'm doing. Select all static mesh actors. That would be every static mesh in the whole entire map. It gives you a few other, select with matching material. I'm assuming that probably the selected currently rendered actors may select all those others. Let's give it a try. No, it's I don't know what it did, but I don't like it. So I'm going to go up here to the back arrow, undo the last action, and take care of that. Like I said, I don't know everything. I'm just trying to help out because there's not the wealth of information that there used to be in the forums on the UDK3, because of course UDK4 has been out for quite a while. So a lot of that's disappearing. So it's a little tougher to find. At least that knowledge base of people, like yourself that said, hey, I had this happen, and because I did XYZ, I got it fixed, where there was no official documentation that said to do that. So, that's what I say. I mean, here's select matching this class. Select matching static message all classes. I guess all classes might be all of these barrel type things. Like I said, it's got some powerful tools, and be aware of what you do. Now, I do have these selected, and that was hidden. Let's see if I go to unhide, which is over here on the left, show all, if that'll be selected when it comes back. And it's not. See, so that's a good thing, and that's what I was told. Um, a good way to possibly move my other map parts back into the new layout that's been reprogrammed by AA Mission Editor for me. Because when I go over there to do that, as you see, a lot of these things are different components. That little end is a different component. So I'm going to have to literally do a lot of selecting. Something else that was mentioned to me, and it sounds very good. I have a tendency, let's say I have this highlighted, and let's say I want to copy it. So I right click on it and I go copy. Okay, now I'll go out here and I'll right click, paste here. Okay, see how that worked? Well, sometimes when I go to do that, there's literally I click on something else wrong and I re-highlight something else. So let me copy this. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. Now I want to repaste that. I was told if you go up under edit, paste, it puts it back in the exact uh, geometry settings that it was. That's a very good feature to use because what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my map after I delete this mess out of here. And I'm going to leave only these things that are needed. I did change the landscape. If you click on the landscape and push F4, comes up with landscape properties 2. That's evidently your main landscape material. I went in and I had done this before on my other map, and then I decided to twist it around and drag it everywhere. And I installed the material instant constant, and it's from Intercept. Okay, so it has that grass and this look of the cracked concrete and stuff. Well, what I had done is because of the way I was setting up my objectives, I had taken and twisted it all around so the hill was over here and the roads kind of lined up the way I wanted them to. And by doing that, I is a possibility that's what I really created myself all this unwanted work. Well, so I went back and I remade this, and this is what I'm done. As you see, I got that highlighted. Boy, that just scares me to death. So I'm going to highlight that. But now I have to recreate it again and bring my parts over. So I'll go into the other map, highlight maybe a large chunk of it. Gonna have to keep track of where I'm at and what I'm doing. Then when I come here, instead of right clicking and saying place here, I'm going to do edit, paste, and that will put it in the same place that it was in my map that I copied it from, the coordinates. So like I say, that's a good feature. Here's another tool that because, like I said, for this map, I like this instance that I use. As you see this grass here, well, by installing what I did there, if I go to the landscape tool and see this is the landscape tool, and you can change the size on it where it says brush size. Fall off is the outer circle. You can change that. As you see, the fall off gets larger, actually stays the same, but the brush size inside smaller or larger. And this is tool strength, how strong you want it to put an instance down. Like if you want to put a little bit of light something, you set it to, of course, a lower setting. Well, here's why I changed this. This is what I wanted to do. It changes all these settings because now I have exactly what was set up for Intercept, and it put them all in here. Well, I want to put down, it calls it dirt, but I want to put down the dirt, which, as you can see, is this grassy stuff. So if I want to add this, I just kind of go over here like this, line this up, hold down Control, and I just paint myself some grass. Um, and then it comes with the sound. It comes with everything. So just keep that in mind. Um, it's all done for you. You don't have to figure it out. So I go Control and I just put down some grass, and I think that is so cool. That water instance may still be there. So when you go through there, you might hear splash, and you may even still see the water. I'm not sure. Now, another thing you can do is you can go to height map and you click on that. Now, um, I'm just going to make hills. So if I hold down Control, you don't want to hold this down and go crazy because you'll have giant mountains. I would turn the tool strength down, personally. Now, if I want to make some hills, because what I had done last time is you see these hills, I turned them down, used them over here in my map. But if you want to make hills, you hold down Control and you just hit it. See how fast that went? See that? I'm going to turn that tool strength down quite a bit more. Hold down Control and hit your left mouse key. And, see now I'm making hills, but as you see, they're a little smaller now than what that first hit was. And it'll do that to whatever material's there. It doesn't care. It's just another really cool feature in this tool, this editor. I really like it. They put a lot to it, so you can do a lot of playing around. If you want to smooth these down, let's say you make a big high point here. Okay, see how it's very tall. Go over here and you click on smooth, and it gives you different types of erosion. And then you just hold on that Control and that left mouse key, and it just kind of has a smoothing effect to it. And of course, each one is a different type of erosion that might make it a little jagged or something not as smooth. It's like I said, it's a great tool to play with. Have a lot of fun with it. So, okay, this is do's and don'ts and a warning from someone who's going to be spending several hours and aggravation trying to move his map back over because I was too lazy and maybe just a little bit naive to not throw out that map that crashed and do it all over again. All my settings now are totally different. This would be a VIP map. They seem to be working. Here's another thing. I'm just throwing little tidbits. Go in here and highlight this. Push F4. And that's the properties of the VIP. Well, when you spawn a VIP from the mission editor, if for some reason he doesn't have a default gun. So what you do is you go in here under default, weapons class default, and you choose a weapon you want him to have. That AK-10 105 rifle is pretty much the default that you normally see. I'm not giving him an extra magazine, and I'm only giving him one magazine, so he's automatically got 31 rounds. So, just some more little tidbits. I hope I'm helping some people. I've been starting to associate with a lot of other people who are jumping into this, and you don't have to be an expert. You just have to take a little time and have a goal. Um, okay, everyone. Thank you much for listening to my video. I hope it helped you. Okay, thank you.